Good morning. Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Welcome to the Fall from Grace series, and today we are looking at a brand that everyone seems to have forgotten about, and that is Dolce and Gabbana. What happened to Dolce and Gabbana? Back in the 90s and early 2000s, the brand was up there with Gucci, Versace, and Louis, and on its way to becoming an iconic brand. In the span of 35 years, the brand has reached unimaginable heights, but even lower lows, and now is attempting a comeback? What exactly happened to Dolce & Gabbana? From racist comments to tax fraud, let's have a look at the history and downfall of the brand. Dolce & Gabbana was founded in 1985 in Legnano, Italy by designers Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana. After meeting each other in Milan during a party, they became friends, and after 3 years of friendship, the brand was born. As a matter of fact, the brands were born. Before 2012, there was Dolce and Gabbana, and there was D&G, two completely separate entities. Dolce and Gabbana were selling high-end luxury items, while D&G was selling flamboyant, cheap, and mainstream items before they merged in 2018. Now, back to the story. Both designers were well known in the fashion industry in Italy, but after investing all their funds in their first fashion show, they had to get their friends who were not models to model for them. Their friends even wore their own jewelry to complement the clothes. It was a rough start, but success followed. Year after year, one fashion show after another, the brand just kept on growing. They started exporting to the US and Japan, and by the end of the 90s, the company's revenues were around $500 million US. By 2005, their turnover was over 600 million euro. They got involved with sports, designing items for the Inter Milan and Chelsea. They worked on cars, sunglasses, house, liquor, you name it. In just 20 years, they were standing next to giants like Prada and Gucci. But starting in 2007, everything started to go downhill. The first controversy was this ad displayed in Spain, an image of a woman pinned by men on the floor while other men are just around and watching. There is this one too, a woman laying on the floor with glass near her while 3 men are just standing on top of her. And this one, and this one. I could keep on going. Who even thought that this was good marketing? The crazy thing is that in most of these ads, they aren't even promoting their product directly. If it wasn't for the logo, I would have thought this was an ad for a meeting with Bill Cosby.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I didn't know what you maybe had a level and then maybe Christmas.
The second controversy of Dolce & Gabbana was the comments of both owners on gay adoption in a Spanish interview in 2015. They said, and I quote, "We oppose gay adoption. The only family is the traditional one." Even though Gabbana is openly gay, in a business like fashion, comments like this surely will not help. In the same interview, they also commented on in vitro fertilization, saying that, and I quote again, "No chemical offspring and rented uterus, life has a natural flow. There are things that should not be changed." Again, these aren't comments that will increase your clientele in this day and age. This led to a boycott of Dolce & Gabbana on social media by fans and celebrities. Elton John was one of the celebrities who called for their boycott, and they responded by calling for a boycott of Elton. Who on earth has beef with Elton John? Fast forward to 2018, they released this video campaign of this Asian woman trying to eat Italian food with chopsticks. This created outrage and led to them being called racist. It didn't help when a screenshot of a conversation surfaced online where one of the founders of the brand was calling China a dirty-smelling mafia. He called them a dog-eating country, and few others that I really can't say on YouTube. China was literally one of their biggest markets. Disrespecting one of your big customers is not a very smart thing to do. To this day, they are still being boycotted in China. Of course, they blame everything on hackers. It's always the hackers. Yeah, right. After all of this, the brand's founders posted a video apologizing on social media.
Moltissimo,
In that video, you
con
can
grande
clearly
dispiacere a
see that
tutto
they're
quello
waiting
che
for the
ci è
teleprompter,
successo
which made the matter
e quello che abbiamo
worse.
causato
nel vostro paese e ci scusiamo moltissimo.
In 2018, these bandits were accused and found guilty by their government of tax evasion and sentenced to jail time. But like any rich person, they appealed and were found not guilty a couple of months later. Good old justice. What a fair world. Many times we feel like some people are being persecuted for having beliefs that differentiate from the masses. But if you ask me, these two are actively asking for trouble. We have to also note that over the years, their lack of innovation has also diminished their appeal. But anyway, they're still here. What do you think? Do they have any chance of going back to the top, or do you think it'll just be downhill from here on out? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. See you in the next one.